Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back again with the Monday episode of Vaygrim's Chance. I hope your weekend was very, very good. Mine was. Things have changed a little bit. Because I've been doing so much, I tell you what. First of all, workshop, marketplace, hey. Yes, I know I can actually repaint these to look like their surroundings in the Ender.io painting machine. I do know that, guys. The big thing is, I like seeing these things. I think they're neat. They remind me of accomplishments I've made. I kind of like being able to spot where I'm supposed to stand easily. So I can jump over here, jump over to the Mage's Tower, and from here you can see the slums. And, I don't know why, but it always puts me one off. I think I was going to put one for the estates, but I don't think I did. Anyway, things have been changing just a little bit, specifically because I've got this going on. I can only run the single-player world so long, and then I tried running a server on my own machines, but I didn't like having to keep that process in the background while I had other games being recorded. So, I bought a server. This is actually on a server with aim to game. So far, so good. We'll see. There's a gentleman by the name of Doggeth that's working with me to try and get things ironed out, and it is fulfilling my purposes. I'm hoping we can help him encourage their owner to make a few changes to update things, because right now they have a couple of service setups that are kind of a little too simple for my taste. But we'll see. I will let you know how it works. Right now, I've been working on this, trying to get this merged. I have been advised to get at least, what is it, a 4? It's either a 3 or a 4. I can't remember. I was shooting for at least a 3 or 4 and everything, because this has got like some 2s and 3s and then a couple of 5s and 6s. I wanted at least a 3 or a 4, so somebody advised me to shoot for at least 16 in everything. And I have 16 in everything important except Terra, but here's the thing. This, it doesn't have Terra on it, but it does have, what is it, Metallum, and Metallum is made from Terra. So I'm hoping that enough of this Metallum will transfer over that I will be able to push that 13 up to a 16 when that Metallum gets broken down into a basic aspect. I'm not sure, though. I might go and see if I can find one more node that's got Terra on it and combine this. But, as you can see, I've got tons and tons and tons of Perditio on this. I've got a lot of Ordo. I've got a lot of Ignis. I've got a lot of Aqua. I've got a lot of Air. And then I've got a ton of complex aspects like, oh gosh, I think Limus is the one that looks like an amoeba. I think. I know Humanus is the 3 people. I'm trying to remember what the one that looks like wheat is. It's not Tempestus. Is it Messus? Let's go downstairs real quick and look at the actual table. Yeah, Messus, crop. That has Herba in it, and Herba has Terra in it. So you see, I have multiple things that are going to break down into Terra. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about that. I think that once this gets fully absorbed, I might end up, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I kind of want to use the wand recharging pedestal. But in order, because then I can use staves. But in order to do that, I need to leave this as an actual node. A normal node, not do this and energize it. But I might get one of these stabilizers and upgrade it to an increased, an advanced stabilizer. And then leave this as an advanced stabilizer and then put the wand recharging pedestal right there. Then I need to make, back downstairs. Where is it? Saw it somewhere. Here we go. I need to make one of these, compound recharge focus. Compound recharge focus needs to get made because it breaks down all those advanced aspects into primitive aspects. And I think that would actually be a really good thing. Don't know. I could always put this in a normal stabilizer and then put another node here and start combining it with one next to it and just start making a grouping, a pair or 3, a circle right here of stabilized nodes, slowly stabilizing them one by one as I get them to points that I like them. Then I could just put the actual charging pedestal right here with the compound focus on top, and that would be bueno. These things, okay, this is just a great wood stab, and it holds 125 vis. And a lot of people keep correcting me and saying it's V-E-E. I see vis or this. V-I-S. There's an S on the end of that word for a reason. So that's me. Silverwood staff core, 250 of each type of vis. That is going to be epic and long term. I want to make one of those to carry around for all of my foci use. I think, see, this is a portable hole. All the wand foci actually work on staves, so why not take advantage of that massive backstock of mana, of vis? So yeah, things have been going really, really well. I have decided, since now this is on a server and I can run it 24/7 if I want to, I'm not going to make this any larger. I think that would be overkill. This thing is generating enough red matter just fine for me to start making dark matter armor, red matter armor, or eventually I'd like to have gem armor. That is not going to be the only armor I'm going to have. It's not the ones I'm going to stop at, because I actually want to make the Thaumcraft armor, and I still want to make bound armor from blood magic. I want to have all the armors, but that's me. Let's bust out the sleeping bag here real quick and go for a sleep. There we go. Okay. The Slums was very well received. I got a lot of good comments on that. I'm glad you guys are liking the ideas for it. I'm glad you're seeing part of my vision. Some people are still a little confused by the estate. But you'll start to understand the vision a bit more once I actually start building it. There's a reason I want this great hall concept, and I want this opening here. A lot of people suggested to put a wall here and make the opening over here. And I'm not big on that, because I want this great hall concept of walking into this big room and being able to see all the way down to the front door from the back window. That is the actual... that is the idea. Okay. So, let's see if we can actually get started on an idea that I actually had. I think it's time that we start delving into auto-crafting with... Just wasn't sure. Okay, I think it's time we start delving into auto-crafting with applied energistics. Autocrafting's different. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of the new system. But we need to learn it anyway. I'm not sure if I have the ingredients to make one of those. Okay, I don't have. Let's do that. And... oh gosh, processors. Okay, I'm out of processors, which means we get to go, whoopsie, down here. Oh gosh, this is where I gotta remember. I need gold and printed logic circuit. So I need logic, and then engineering. I think, no, silicon. Gonna get some gold. Some silicone. Oh, and before I forget, some redstone. Okay, I'm actually... oh, that's the charger. Silly me. Silicon. I'm going to go through and make these one by one, and I'll be right back with you after I got some processors to stock up on. Okay, I'm a little rusty at this. I've studied up on it. It's new, but it's different from AE1, so bear with me. Basically, there used to be a kind of a little standalone block that you would put your chips into to encode patterns. I think it was called a pattern encoder. Required no power. Didn't have to be hooked up to the AE system. You could set it in a corner. It'd work. Well, now you have to use something called a pattern terminal, if I understand correctly. You make a regular terminal, then turn it into a crafting terminal, right? And then combine a crafting terminal with an engineering processor. That is diamond, printed engineering circuit made from a diamond, regular silicon, printed silicon, and redstone to make an engineering processor. So I have made this little alcove thing up here. I think this is going to work. Hey, there we go. It's just an extension of the system up there. And, okay, so we have the pattern terminal. If you look, crafting, pattern terminal, a little bit different. This is where we put the blank patterns, which I think is going to be not ME storage cell, is a portable cell. Encoded pattern. Invalid pattern, which I think means it doesn't have one. Where is the... There we go, blank pattern. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to get, well, one of those for now. We go up here and I can actually get a pattern. Let's say, what kind of plank do I have a lot of in the system? I have a lot of oak. So I'm going to get oak. It's going to get turned into sticks. Real simple. One of the earliest recipes that you'll put into your auto crafting system. I've got my blank pattern here. Please encode. Now it says, crafts 4 sticks with 2 oak wood planks. Very simple. Where the heck am I going to put that? Well, this is where you have a thing called a molecular assembler and an ME interface. I'm actually going to put these, don't need that for now, right here. Nope. I forgot about that. Let me get a cover real quick. Cover, who's got the cover? I'm going to get a slightly different one. Then we can put that there. There we go. No interference. It is getting power, I think. Yep, there's a connection cable right there. That's what that is. That's an ME connecting cable. It's getting power from the ME system. We're going to put an interface down. And we're going to make it... No, maybe that's going to work. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. Let me pick this back up. There we go. I want it going that way. All the juggling. Okay. And that is hard to tell, but that should be getting an interface with that, much less a cable underneath it. So, basically, the molecular assembler does the work at a kind of a... This is what actually has the patterns going into it. If we do patterns, right like that, you see molecular assembler. Now it should be that if we go to sticks, and I think it's going to be stored craftable. Now here's the thing. There is still another part of this equation that we actually have to have. And I'm looking on the side to try and see if I can remember which one it is. Crafting coprocessor unit and a crafting storage unit. So I think we have to have at least one storage unit and a crafting coprocessor. So let's make... Oh gosh, I hope I have the parts for this. Crafting unit. Oh, I don't have the cables. Let's just make 8 of those right quick. And I just ran out of silicon. Oh gosh, okay. I'm actually going to get this real quick into... I think it's going to be 2 of them. And let's just get a couple of Certus quartz. I think that's going to do it, I think. So we need calculation and silicone. Nope, wrong kind of quartz. Hang on a sec. Quartz. You go there. 1, 2. You go back, I think. Yep, there we go. I'm just going to make these real quick, and you guys can see this process anyway, just in case. It'll only hold... I think it's kind of crummy that this slot only holds one at a time. I would like to be able to put a stack in there and have it go through. That would be nice. But it does not want you to be able to do that. Parts of AE2, I think, are supposed to be tedious, and I'm still getting used to that. This is printed silicon right here from an Inscriber silicon press. And then what we do, take this out. We go doot. Calculation, silicon on the end. 1, 2, 3. Figures everything out, makes the processor easy. Let's, whoops, go back upstairs. And it was right there. Crafting unit. Okay. So now what I want to do is an engineering processor. Crafting coprocessor. And a 1K storage cell. 1K. I actually need to make one of those. Okay, so this is the part that I'm a little fuzzy on, is when we start getting into this. I don't know what the bare minimum is for all of this stuff. Oh gosh, I need to put this somewhere. I think. I'm going to put it there. Now, is that going to actually go work? Crafting status. Okay. Let's see if we can actually get some craftable. Make me... Oh, wait a minute. I just saw something. Let's look at sticks. I'm going to take all 59 out. Okay, there you go. It made 12. Hey. So now, if I do another 12 sticks, there we go. We have auto-crafting. So here's the thing, right? This is going to require a cable connecting to at least one side to the AE system to A, let it communicate, and B, let it get power. Which means it has 5 other sides that you can connect interfaces to. 5 interfaces, each one having 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is... I'm actually pulling out a calculator. That's how old I am. 45. So this is basically 9 patterns times 45 on each side. This, I mean, times 9 patterns times 5 sides is 45. It's 45 patterns just on one of these, if math serves me correct. Now, I think you can actually do different configurations here. I'm not sure. But when it comes down to it, basically, one of these is going to have to be surrounded on 5 sides by interfaces. You put your patterns in here, and everything else gets figured out. Now, I could get this pattern here and put it here and do one-off processing, I think. I'm a little fuzzy on that, but this is how I know it works. There's also specific formula for size restrictions on this. You cannot just... I could not just add one more crafting storage unit on top of it. I don't think that would actually work. What I'd actually have to do is go to either a 2x2 or maybe a 3x3, but there's specific measurement restrictions as you actually grow these things, if I understand it right. So I'm going to be doing some more experimentation on this, but this is the starting of auto-crafting in AE. I can actually make more patterns here, encode them here, and be able to request wood, planks, whatever the case may be, and it will figure all the steps out. Now, because we only have a 1K thing right here, if you look, there's only a certain number of steps that this can handle based upon its storage size. If we upgraded this from a 1K to a, what's a 4K? What's a 4K? Yeah, so we'd have to make another unit and put a 4K crafting thing on it. But if we upgraded that from a 1K to a 4K, it would be able to handle, if I understand right, more processing steps at once, in addition to having to add more coprocessors. It's a little bit different from what it used to be. It's not radically different, but it's a little bit different. But basically, this is not all in one big unit anymore that you just upgrade and it gets bigger and bigger. This is now separate components. This does the auto-crafting and the recipe storage. This does the actual coordinating of everything. So, yeah. I'm real psyched to be able to get this out to you guys and start experimenting with this. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out if I even like this system or not, but I do understand it at least now and how to get started. So we're going to, basically what I want to do, is get this room, this space up here, and extend the tower. I'm going to have it indent a little bit, kind of like over there. It's going to indent a couple of blocks. I will probably start building right here. And then I'm going to raise this up about 6 or 7 blocks and then put another roof on top of it. This will stay here, but directly above it, all of the space in here, I'm going to devote to auto-crafting for applied energistics. And then I can get this and move it upstairs. That's the plan. I want to have just this little assembly thing right here. Eventually, what I might do is move all the storage up there, because I have an elevator here. I could put an elevator block right there. I could move all of the storage, all of the workbench stuff up there, and just have a couple of terminals right here. Everything else would be in that top floor. So that's what's going to be happening soon. I want to actually start working more with more auto-crafting, because I want to be able to auto-craft all the components that I can for applied energistics. Another thing that somebody has given me a guide on, they wrote it on the forums. I want to say it's Meridud, but I cannot remember 100%. I apologize if I'm miscrediting somebody. But somebody has made an inscriber auto-crafting tutorial. So I'm going to try and set that up because I think it's worth it. I think it's going to be awesome. That means we could just auto-craft all the processors we need for anything that we need. And I'm excited about that. The more things we can have auto-crafting and hooked into the AE system, the happier I'm going to be. As a matter of fact, I want to do elevator. Let's grab one of those. Gonna look a little tacky, but I cannot help that. Yeah, there we go. That's the start of it right there. This will be the outside line where these current slabs are, not the brick. Stone slabs right here is where it's actually going to be the outside wall. So there will be a little bit of a lip right here. I'll try and continue this pattern that I've got going up the side as well as on the corners. And I think it's going to look really, really good. So yeah, we've got a lot of plans and a lot of things that we're going to be working on. I kind of want to build the mansion, but I think I'm going to take my time on that. I want to work on the slums before really finishing the mansion. I might start the foundation of the mansion and start outlining things, but the slums are very important to me because I want to get that well of suffering going. When we can get it going, get it upgraded, it's going to give us more blood magic capabilities, and that's going to be a good thing. So I'm excited about that also. I don't know which one I'm going to do next on episode for Wednesday. If I'm going to try and build this and get the AE system moved up. I do think more auto-crafting sooner would be a good thing, but we'll see. So I'm hoping that you guys find this interesting. Let me know. This is going to be it for this episode on this fine Monday afternoon. Don't forget, I've got not just VAYGRIM'S Chance now, which is all Minecraft all the time. I've also got VAYGRIM'S Choice, my second channel, which is currently running Red Faction Armageddon and Alan Wake, which is going to be great. They're awesome games. keep your eyes peeled for more games coming to that channel soon. I'm thinking about starting up an RPG. I just don't know which one yet. If it's going to be Mass Effect 2, if it's going to be Knights of the Old Republic 2, or maybe it's actually going... I have a thing for sequels. Have you noticed that? Or maybe it's actually going to be Dragon Age Origins. We'll see. Keep your eyes open. I want to get into Inquisition, but I kind of want to do Dragon Age Origins or Revisit first. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you very much for joining me. And I will see you folks Wednesday. Bye-bye.